Welcome to the next and actually last video in this section. Here I just want to kind of run through a checklist for you of other, assets or items you'll need. We've talked about some of this, but I just want to give you a quick checklist here and just, give you kind of some quick pointers here. So, again, this is what you will need, in my opinion, to effectively market your music and really put this entire thing together. So here's the quick list. Let's run through it. Okay, first thing is an auto scheduler. We've already talked about that. Just go ahead and pick what you want to use, get your account set up. You can, again, start with free, but I really think you'll need the paid version very quickly. Web hosting, you'll definitely need that for your main website, as well as if you want to make any other accessory sites, that type of thing. I'll put a link down below, but I recommend A2 hosting. They're very cheap, unless you're having a huge site with a ton of traffic. You should be fine. You can actually host unlimited URLs or websites for one monthly fee, so it's very, very economical, especially if you want to have, let's say, a store or some other sites, maybe a blog, like we recommend here. That is really important to get the right one. I'll put a link to the one that I recommend. URLs, you're going to want to get a good service where you can quickly get URLs. There's a number of them out there. I personally use GoDaddy. They always pretty much have some kind of promotion going on, like usually between 30 to 40% off. So look for those coupons and use those in your checkout. Again, you're going to want, we're working on one right now, Gift from Mia, which is a landing page that, where people can go and download a free song. So it's an independent page that we're going to send traffic to. But again, we need that URL. So just have a quick way to kind of go get your URLs. You're always going to want to probably be doing something with that. Another way is distribute your music. So, decide on what you want to use. I personally use CD Baby. It's a little bit more expensive, but I think they do a better job, and they have a lot of accessory things in terms of registering your music worldwide, collecting the royalties, all that type of thing. So figure out your distribution method, because that's something you're going to want to be able to quickly go through when you start releasing new music. And again, most of these distributors will put them on all the iTunes and all the other stores. They'll put them on Spotify, all those type of things. Another resource that I would highly recommend is Canva. This is a way to quickly make images. So you can again just put a picture and add text to it. Do some quick creative that can you can make your ads for YouTube. Your ads for Facebook or YouTube. Some thumbnails for your YouTube videos. There's just a lot of uses for Canva. I pretty much seem like I use it almost every day. So that's what I would recommend there. Again, type in Canva to your browser, it'll come up, and once you start playing around with it for a little bit, you'll see that it's really easy to use and very very quick and free, by the way. Another resource I want to mention is Fiverr. I have kind of mentioned it throughout some of the other videos, but again, it's a website where you can get stuff done for $5. It kind of goes up from there, but you can definitely get a lot done for $5. Again, what I would recommend is almost going around and just poking around at all the different services they offer. You'd be amazing. You'd be amazed. Creating your cover artwork for your album, creating some graphics that maybe you need more, that there's something a little bit more beyond your scope, helping to market your music. If you're putting a book out there, helping to market your book, video production, help with a podcast if you're doing that. I mean, there's just a ton of things you can find on there, and very, very cheap. I know that we were doing an album cover recently, and basically I just purchased 3 different jobs at $5 each. So it was like $15, and we got 3 different album covers to choose from. So it was a really, really good way to go. Video hosting is another one. Typically, in your situation, you're going to be using YouTube to host all of your videos. Now, there are going to be certain instances when you don't want the YouTube logo to show up. Now, if that's the case, I would actually recommend Wistia, but the problem with that is it's a paid service and is somewhat expensive. So another alternative is something called Jobble, which you can Google that term right there. And basically what they'll do is it's a very simple system to take your YouTube video, and it'll put whatever skin on top of it, and that way it actually looks like it's a video from a different hosting site, but it's actually hosted on YouTube. And again, I think it's a one-time fee, and you can use it forever. So it's relatively inexpensive compared to paying for a monthly service for another hosting company. Now, if you're getting bigger and you really want to put more content out there, you're doing like a membership site, things like that, then you really want to kind of get rid of the YouTube branding, and that would be a time to invest in Wistia. The other thing you want to think about is what's called subdomains. So whenever you have a funnel, page, you don't want it to, up at the URL, you don't want it to say like ClickFunnels dot whatever your account name is. You actually want it to be, what I would recommend is part of your website. So if your website is, mymusicrocks.com, you want it to be like, videos.mymusicrocks.com or training.mymusicrocks.com or whatever subdomain. And again, what I would recommend there is if you're using ClickFunnels, there's actually a ton of tutorials on how to do that right in there. So you just kind of put it in there. It can be a little bit complicated, but once you kind of figure it out and get through it once or twice, it really is not that big of a deal. If you're not using ClickFunnels, then again, there's plenty of information on Google of how to exactly do that. But it's just something I want to mention that you're going to have to do once you start establishing all these landing pages and stuff. You want the page to be branded with your main website, not like ClickFunnels or something like that. And that, again, that's yet another reason why I recommend ClickFunnels, because it's easier to do in ClickFunnels, and the ClickFunnels has great support if you get stuck, which you probably will the first time you do it. I know I did. But again, once you figure it out, it really isn't that big of a deal. The other thing I think most people really should have is a professional photographer. I would definitely recommend getting some professional photos, and if you can, like some just general videos, some kind of almost like B-roll stuff of you doing different activities, things like that, because it's amazing how if you have this video and photo bank available to you, you can start just putting them into your videos. I know for like our store, like my daughter's store where we're selling her merchandise, we've kind of made some really nice edited videos, and again, we just had her talking and then put some of this B-roll in there and put her song as an underlying bed. So it's something that it's probably worth investing in once a year, maybe once every 18 months or so. Just get a bunch of stuff done. You can do one session or whatever. I don't know if your guy charges by the hour or however they do it, but you'll get a bunch of content, and then you can just keep it, and then you kind of pull it out as you need it for ads, for album covers. There's just so many reasons you kind of need these images and videos. So that's really my list. There's definitely more, obviously. There's just always something more you could be using in another resource, but this to me is kind of a good list that you can start with and just kind of go down it, keep it in your back pocket, and then as you start developing it, just kind of realize, just figure out what you're going to be using for each one of these areas. So that's really it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.